Good day, and thank you for joining TD Consulting, where we are getting ready to have our very second podcast. We have a special guest today. I'm very excited about this. Michael has agreed to join us, and I want to just tell you a little bit about Michael before we get started. So give me 1 second to pull up that content. So Michael Barclift, about this author. Michael's a well-known underground hip-hop artist and founder of the group Dahavknotz. He grew up in the New York City street culture where hip-hop and battle rap were a major part of everyday life in the 80s. After writing his first book, Voiceless-the Journal of an Underground Starving Artist, Michael Barclift created a local music venue, the Bout That Life Tour, and an online blog, street16magazine.com, and the Street 16 podcast. His latest creation is a series of children books called Kyro and the Twins. Welcome, Michael. Welcome. Yay. How are you doing?
I'm great. I'm beautiful and blessed. Can you
Good. I can hear you. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, everything's good on this side. Thank
Good.
you, Sister T. It's a pleasure to be here with you. You
Thank
always bring a smile to my face, as I'm sure you do to everyone in your life. And so I'm happy to have
you.
this time with you again.
Okay, good, good. So what else is going on? I mean, tell me what's going on in your world. I read your bio, but you're a busy man. So what's going on?
Yes. Well, I'm always writing. At the moment I am writing sort of a love book. Yeah, it's a new thing that I just got started into. I just write whatever's on my heart, and one of the things that has been on my mind lately is, in particular, my group, Black men,
Okay.
and the way we are viewed as far as how we treat our women. You know,
Yeah.
and me personally, I think that there needs to be steps taken in my group to change the perception and the reality of how we love, honor, respect, and treat our partners, the Black
Okay.
women, whether it be sisters, mothers, wives, daughters, aunts, nieces, and cousins, holistically across the board. There needs to be a shift in our consciousness. And if I'm gonna be the first to say it, I'm probably not, but I'm one of the ones that like to say it loud and proud. We should do better at this. And if I ever see anyone not living up to this standard around me, then I'm gonna interfere.
Okay. Okay. Much appreciated.
Well, thank
It
you.
is.
I know I kind
Yeah,
of dropped that on you. I didn't think you was expecting that, but that's what's
I did, but that's great. That is great. Yeah, I love that that your focus is really to concentrate on the women as gentle flowers. Like we ride or die, we do what we need to do and stuff like that, and we're strong women, but we like to be treated tenderly. So absolutely. Yeah, right on point. Absolutely. And we're blessed when we have someone in our lives that's like that. So kudos to you. Hold them down. Hold them down.
yeah, definitely. I have 6 sons
Yes, you did tell me that. Tell me about that. So you have 6 sons and 3 daughters?
and 3 daughters. My second born son, whose name is Michael Barclift, his birthday was yesterday.
Oh, wow. Okay. Happy belated.
His 21st solar return. So it's a big deal in my life to give guidance to these young men when they're still at a age where there's some molding and some growing to be done. You know,
Yeah.
these are the young men that's under my care. These are the ones that are in my kingdom.
Yeah.
So I'm the main. I'm the main person that's supposed to get in their ears and talk to them about things like this, like how you treat your woman. Uh,
Yeah.
I don't want you to figure it out as I did when you're
Yeah.
in your 40s. I want you to know what you should and should not do right now. And a lot of this should be common sense, but sometimes you just don't know. And even if you do know, it's good to hear it from someone you respect. that,
Yeah,
that knows you and wants what's best for you and will hold you accountable. So,
absolutely.
um, yeah, so that's one of the things that's pretty important to me. And so raising these young men, I'm not going to raise a half a dozen of young men to be, mistreating women. They're gonna get these jewels from me, and so
Uh-huh.
hopefully each generation takes this to a high level. We just got to be better at this. It's just no reason why we are not. It's not wise. It's not self. It's not good for ourselves. It's not good for the culture. And,
Yeah,
and I just think, hey, let's just do better at it all across the board.
yeah,
Like we don't
yeah,
need Me Too movement. We don't need the news or the police to get involved. This is us from our own hearts. We
yeah,
should know this and do this from our own hearts. That's
yeah.
that's motivation.
Well said, well said, well said. Yeah, let's get on that bandwagon. That is for real, for real. Yeah, that's for real, for real. So I appreciate you saying that.
So,
And thank you for raising some young men to be strong Black men. I appreciate that.
yes, yes, work in progress. We'll see how they do.
Always, always, always. So you ready to get into some questions?
Yes, let's get some questions.
Okay. So tell me, Michael, what prompted you to enter the realm of leadership?
Like I said, it was fatherhood.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily choose to be a leader too much. It's mostly something that just kind of lands on your desk. And when it comes to my life, but fatherhood is what gave me the catalyst. It was the catalyst for me to take that leadership thing seriously because you lead by example. And like I said, I was raising young men, and I just realized, and young girls, and I just realized that I had to be a good example for
Right.
them if I ever wanted them to, grow into solid human beings, which they are.
Yes, absolutely. And as young ladies, what'll happen is we wanna marry our daddies, right? So
Yes.
we definitely want to have that relationship that is foundational to what we believe is accurate in a relationship. So we look to our daddies, and when our daddies opening doors for us, whoever we dealing with better get the door. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
Yes. One of the things that I dealt with when I was younger, and we can get into stories from Voiceless, but one of the things I dealt with was anger.
uh,
And there's a lot of angry young men. And when the Have-Nots, my rap group, did not become successful enough to provide for my family, it left me feeling bitter.
mm,
And um, and so I remember one day, I don't watch sports anymore, but we know it's football season, the Super
yeah,
Bowl's coming and all.
yeah,
So I used to be a big sports fan, and I used to yell and scream at the TV, on Sundays with my drink
okay.
in my hand. And I remember one day the Giants was playing the Eagles, and my team was losing, and my daughter was sitting right next to me, and I took a shoe and threw it at the TV screen. You know what I'm saying? And she was like 4 years old at the time, and she's about to turn 18 in 2 weeks. My daughter Asia, and so she laughed at me. I turned and looked at her and she laughed at me. And I felt so ashamed. I said, this little girl who looks up to me and loves me is seeing me acting like a moron, a caveman, Neanderthal, drinking and yelling and throwing my shoe at the TV because some guys in a yellow uniform is running up the field with a ball. Like it's so pathetic. And I kind of like let go. I saw that certain things had too much emotional holds on me, and they
Same.
wasn't useful. And so, sports was one of the things that I just let go of
Yeah,
because, I just don't need that kind of pull on my emotions. It's like you get nothing out of it. Like I decided that it really wasn't for me. I mean, I could watch a game here and there, but I really don't. And the main thing about it is I don't allow anything that is not useful and value to have any pull on my emotions. And sports
that is
is a
good.
classic example of useless emotions.
Yeah, I love that, that discipline. That is something that, is to be commended. So tell me who are your leader heroes? Do you have any leader heroes?
Yes, I do, but I don't like to share them with anybody because, you know, I don't like hero worship and
Yes,
that savior mentality where we're looking for somebody to save us. You know what I'm
right.
saying?
Yeah, agreed, agreed.
Like uh I feel like your savior is inside of you. There's a phrase that I use, and I haven't coined it, but it's people in the field that use it. It's called the phrase goes, the only way out is in.
Okay,
The
okay,
only way out
okay.
is in. So if you want to get out of a situation, you want to get out of a jam, you got to go inward. You
Into
go
it, yeah.
inward and find your answers. You go inward and listen in the silence and find your answers. And so my thing is, though there's so many people that have good informations,
Yes.
and one day I'll put out a book list of the books I've read, and there's a lot of lecturers and teachers that I listen to. um but you know, take the information and not the person, because these are
Right.
fallible human beings and sometimes they disappoint us. And when you find out that your hero, there's an old phrase, never meet your heroes. When you find out that your hero is not as good or as morally upright as you wanted him to be, if you
Mhm.
stop too much investment into this person and
Yeah.
integrity, it could form a blow. So I don't kind of like tell anybody publicly who I kind of really look up to as the pillars. Uh,
Okay.
but the information is out there, and I believe that if you search, there's another thing in the community, which is when the student's ready, the teacher will appear.
Uh-huh. Okay, yes. Yeah,
So
I've heard that.
yeah, just you know, purify your life, clean your life up, get your heart into a place and your mind in a place where you really willing to accept mentorship or a leader or some partner to help you take the next steps. Um, I believe you'll find your answer, and I don't think that you should necessarily get them from me. I think you should go inside and find your answer. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? I think
yeah,
that's the thing I'll say.
yeah. Because a true leader, I think, will identify their flaws and encourage anybody who is quote unquote following to not follow them, but to make their own assessment based on what they see. So you have to know the truth and study the truth so that you can know what's not true. You know what I mean? So yeah, I agree with that. I like that. Well said.
Nice.
So what do you find most beneficial to you as a I'm sorry, let me ask that question again. What do you find most beneficial to your continued growth as a leader? I know you said you don't want people to look at you as a leader, but you're pretty phenomenal. So I don't
Well,
know, it might be a burden you have to bear.
well, I don't mind if people look at me as a leader. That's
Okay.
up to them. It's just that it's not my choice. It's not my favorite thing to do. You
Yeah.
know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Um,
Gotcha.
I'm I but I am a career student. Like I'm never gonna stop learning. Like I'm gonna navigate towards people who have light and
Mhm.
useful information. And one of the things that I always say to my girl, one of the things that I always say to my girl is that whenever she tells me something that strikes a nerve and makes
Yeah.
me feel anything, that's
Yeah.
the time to listen. Because
Okay.
I know that the growth and the stuff that builds you up comes
Yeah.
in those moments that feel like a little bit of friction.
Mm.
You got to go through a little bit of labor pains to create a new birth. You know, you got to crack a couple of eggs to cook an omelet. So whenever I feel a twinge of, oh, that stab, that hurt, uh, that's the time to listen.
Something to it.
Because
Maybe something to it. Yeah.
it's something that's useful to you that is gonna cause some kind of growth, or else you would not feel what you're feeling. So,
Absolutely.
so my thing about continuing to grow and could just be open to it. It's got to be your intention. Like my intention is to wake up and grow every
Yeah.
day.
Yes.
So I gravitate and I've been practicing this type of lifestyle so long so that my momentum is flowing, and so it's not hard for me. I could roll out of bed and find useful information. It's there. I put myself in a position where it's gonna be close by, and you know I find inspiration from people like yourself. You know,
Thank
our mutual friend Miss Felicia. You know, just I find usefulness and inspiration and observations and even content everywhere I look. You just got to be open to it. So
Absolutely.
I do, yeah.
And then you can pick what applies to you and what doesn't. They say, chew the meat, throw out the fat, or spit out the fat, or something like that. So yeah, that's to be commended. So you really just take what applies. Yeah, I love that. So what is a memorable leadership lesson that you're willing to share with us?
Wow. Okay. Yeah. I think it has to do with writing. You know, I found in my career and in my life, I've gotten a lot of places being able to write. You know, and so sometimes when I have to say a difficult, have to have a difficult discussion with a colleague or something, sometimes I put it in writing.
Yeah, yeah. Okay,
And
okay.
it gives me a chance to reread it and proofread
Yeah,
it. And before I hit send, and sometimes I don't hit send, you
yeah,
know. But the thing about writing is that, especially if you do it via email or text or whatever, you have a standing document that you can go back to and say, okay, this is exactly what's said, and you
yeah,
can read it and everything. Because sometimes when you're just speaking to a person and things can be difficult or challenging, you know, emotions could get elevated and sometimes it could turn into an argument or a conflict. So I resort to the pen, which is one of my is my magic wand, and
okay.
it served me successfully, and I continue to use it. Yes, that's what I.
Yeah. Well said. So I like to journal. I like to journal, and that helps me get my thoughts out. It helps me get those things out when I'm having a not so nice day. I can pen it to paper and nobody has to be hurt by my words that you can't take back and stuff like that. So I find that to be very, very helpful. So yeah, well done with the writing. It's cathartic.
Yeah,
So what advice do you have for any new or potential leaders? What advice do you have?
I would say to go what's in your heart,
Hmm.
definitely, and enjoy the journey.
Yeah.
You know, when I was doing my music heavily as a young man in the Have-Nots, my rap group, we were having a lot of success, underground success, is what you would call that, and I didn't enjoy it enough. I didn't have enough fun because I was so serious and so obsessed with taking us to the next level and achieving the success. And you just gotta enjoy the journey. And
Yeah.
through the different evolutions of the staff and the team members on the podcast, I've learned that from now on, I'm not doing anything unless I'm having fun with it.
Okay.
I'm gonna
Okay.
set the tone. I want to have fun. I want to laugh. I want,
Yeah.
I want to laugh and tell dad jokes and tell stories and make fun of my friends and have them make fun of me and
Uh-huh.
and just kick it. That's what I
Yeah.
want to do. So yeah, I'm not gonna take my life too seriously and myself too seriously. I'm gonna have fun with everything I do, and I put that ingredient into it, and now I think it's yielding some benefits. This is
Yeah.
yeah, this is Kyro and the twins.
Love it.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So this character is a fun little boy who has two older siblings.
Yes.
Our first children's book, Kyro and the Twins, and
Mhm.
Kyro is not old enough to do what his twin brother and sister can do because he's younger, and so he's not in school yet. But he believes age is nothing but a number, and he's gonna find his way around the system, and he's gonna have many adventures. So the Kyro series will be continuing. I have 4 more books written. One is out for publishing right now, and another one will be self-published this year, no matter what. So, Kyro and the Twins is one of the ways that I have fun. That's
Good.
creating.
Good. Good. And your writing is good. So I appreciate that. The Voiceless was very, very good. I love that book. So that's what turned me on to wanting to get, more of your books. So I'm excited for the others that are going to be coming out. So keep me posted. Keep me posted. So how do we stay in touch with you? How do we get in touch with your organization?
Okay, so you can spell the name of my rap group, Dahavknotz, is Dahavknotz, and you can find the Have-Nots on Instagram and Twitter and Facebook. Also, Michael Barclift. You can find me on Facebook and Twitter. I'm sorry, Facebook, Amazon, and Google, Michael Barclift. And if you
Okay.
want to go to the hub, street16magazine.com, all one word, no numbers, all lowercase letters, Street 16 Magazine, the exact spelling of each word. And street16magazine.com, it has everything. It has podcasts, music videos, it has music, it has products. You can buy books. We also do reviews for music and movies and books. So if you have a project that you would like us to review,
Okay.
make a small donation to the team and we'll read or listen to your project and write a thorough review,
Okay.
fair, thorough review for your project from
Nice.
unbiased critics.
Okay. Appreciate that. This is good. This is good. And just for the listeners, Michael is one of the people who has encouraged me to write a book and has given me some tips to get started. And so I just want you to know I appreciate you. I want to say publicly thank you for that leadership. And so I have taken you up on that and I have started journaling, as you said, just journal your thoughts. And so I've been doing that more consistently here lately since we've had our conversation. So I wanted to thank you for that, Michael. I appreciate you.
Well, you are welcome. And I just wanted to say this is something I posted online a few weeks ago about
Okay.
journaling. It's here's the quote. Our bodies remove waste products daily. If not, you become toxic and die. Our minds need to dump waste materials also. Where's the bathroom for that at? Hashtag journal. So
Oh, how about that?
yeah,
Yes, I like it. Okay.
that's free your mind, clean your mind, write
Yeah.
down your thoughts, and just get a brain dump. In
Yes,
a
indeed.
safe space.
Mm,
Your journalism gets no safer than that.
absolutely. Well said. Thank you, Michael. I appreciate you. Well, this concludes our TD podcast, but I'm going to tell you to hang on while I disconnect, and then I want us to chit chat for a little bit, okay?
Okay.
All
So
right, ladies and gentlemen, Michael Barclift, the Have-Nots, Voiceless, and Kyro in the Twin series. All right now. Thank you, Michael.
all right, thank you,
All
T.
right, hang tight.